Well, good morning. Welcome to Debbie's Back Porch. So glad to have you with us. You know, sometimes when you're in the middle of a big project, canning or cooking ahead, or, I don't know, painting your kitchen walls, it can be very tempting to eat junk food just because you're tired and junk food is easy. So I am here to offer an alternative to junk food. Quick and easy, a traditional open-face hot roast beef sandwich. To show you how quick and easy it is, I'm going to do this in mostly real time. Before we get started, if you will, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our little channel. Makes me feel good. Let's get started. So here are my ingredients. I have a cup of beef broth. I have 2 tablespoons full of flour. I have 2 tablespoons full of butter. I have a pack of lunch meat, but it's really good lunch meat, but you can use whatever your favorite roast beef lunch meat is. Or if you have some leftover roast beef, you can use that too. That's some reduced carb loaf bread back there. But to make up for that, I'm going to serve this with some leftover mashed potatoes I have, because that's the traditional hot roast beef sandwich. But you don't have to be traditional. You can substitute any veggie you want. So as I said, I'm going to do this pretty much in real time. I'm melting the 2 tablespoons full of butter over medium-low heat. I'll adjust my heat on this a couple of times. And except for the leftover mashed potatoes, this is all done in one pan. So I'm going to melt that butter and I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons full of flour. And the color and the flavor from this beef gravy that we're going to make comes from toasting the flour and the butter. So it gives you a dark roux. Not as dark as, say, you would make for a gumbo, but pretty dark. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you a little story. I haven't told stories lately, so I'm going to tell a little story. So early in my life, when I was a young woman still in high school, I worked at a little kind of exclusive steakhouse in Marietta, Georgia. It was called Buddy's Steakhouse. Buddy Smith was the executive chef, and Martha Powell ran the front of house. And they were both wonderful people and took so much time with an ignorant, smart-aleck little high school girl. That would be moi. And I learned so much from them, things that I still use and things that I show you. So the menu there was more traditional chop house menu, steaks and chops and fish and chicken. But Buddy made this mean hot roast beef sandwich, and people would come from a long way around to order Buddy's hot roast beef sandwich. Now, to be fair, Buddy cooked his roast beef himself. He didn't buy lunch meat. But this is pretty close to what he made. And I always think of Buddy and Martha when I make it. So, as you can see, I am just stirring, and I'm starting to get some toastiness here. You can see it's starting to turn a little brown. The trick here is to keep your heat low enough that you can toast the flour without scorching the flour. And I'll be honest, that would have been easier if I'd used a smaller pan, but I just reached up and grabbed this 10-inch Wagner, more out of habit than anything else. So let me clarify that the portions I'm giving you for this are for 1 serving. Be clear, it's a generous 1 serving. If you want to make this sandwich for 2 people, you might be just fine to add double the meat in the same amount of gravy. But this is generally 1 generous helping. So you can see I'm getting some more browning there. You do not want to let it scorch because that'll ruin the flavor. So my heat is still on. It's a little under medium. Anything more than that and you risk a scorch, but we're coming to the right color here. And as I said, I'm doing this in real time so that you can see how long this takes or how short a time it actually takes. This is the bulk of the time right here in getting your roux colored properly. So I hope you can see the color we're getting. Now here's a little tip. If you don't want to take quite this much time, you can put 2 drops of kitchen bouquet into your roux. It'll speed the whole thing up, but maybe it's just me. I think the flavor is better if you just do it this way from scratch, browning your flour. Okay, so since I really want to keep this in real time, I'm going to have to fill some time in here, so I'm going to tell you this other little tidbit. I sometimes hear people tell me how they make gravy by making a cornstarch slurry. And you can certainly thicken something with a cornstarch slurry, but that's no substitute for the flavor you get from going through this process of browning a roux, making a dark roux. They call it a chocolate roux. But you see the color we're going for. Now I'm going to add my 1 cup of beef broth. Now, I'll tell you this other little aside. If you wanted to make this an open-faced chicken sandwich, you would not brown your roux. You would stir it until everything was just together good and you smelled a little toasty flavor, and then you would add chicken broth. That would be the only difference. But this caramel color is sort of a signature roast beef sandwich color, and you really want to use that. So I've stirred all that in. You don't have to worry about lumps, because if you have a hot roux and cold or even room temperature broth, you're not going to have lumps. But you want to stir it well. And I've turned my heat up just a little bit now to medium, because I want to get a really good bubble on this. And I think we've done enough with the real time. I'm going to cut a little bit out here and cut to the chase. So I cut out a whole 15 seconds because watching this come to a boil is like watching paint dry. So you can see that I've got a nice simmer on this. You want to give it a stir occasionally. And that's basically all there is to making this gravy. We're just going to let it simmer until it thickens. And I'm going to add the roast beef. Now, I'm using 4 ounces of roast beef for 1 sandwich. I would use 8 ounces of roast beef. Actually 7, because it comes in 7-ounce packages. But, you got a little leeway there. So I'm going to add 4 ounces of roast beef. This is a really nice sandwich meat. You can get some at the deli. This comes in a package. I use it pretty often. And I'm going to stir that around and turn my heat down medium-low. And I'm just going to let this simmer until the gravy is nice and thick. And here you go. This is just about ready. I may let it simmer just another minute, but let's check that gravy. And God, it smells good. You can smell that toasty, beefy flavor. Okay, so I cut out another 10 seconds, and I'll let you see the consistency we have for this gravy right now. Still just a tiny bit thinner than I would like it, so I'm going to let it simmer just a little tad longer while I go and prepare the plate. I'll be right back. So Buddy always served his open face, and I'm serving mine open face. And you can butter and toast this bread if you want to, but it's not necessary. And to be honest, I prefer it just the soft bread. So that's up to you. Traditionally, some people toast it, some people don't. And when I say tradition, I mean traditionally around here. It may be different traditionally where you live. I'm just sharing how you find open roast beef sandwiches in my area. So These mashed potatoes I heated up in the microwave. And I'm just going to cover them in gravy. And then I'm going to pour the rest of the gravy over the bread and the beef. Simple, simple, easy, easy. So you can see what I'm saying. You might possibly have enough gravy, depending on how you like it, to make 2 servings here. Personally, the gravy to me is the best part. So the recipe is easily doubled or tripled or quadrupled if you're feeding a whole family. Even so, it's still a pretty inexpensive meal. And if you want to cut down on the carbs, use some cauliflower mash or just use some green vegetables. I'm splurging with the mashed potatoes, but you don't have to. This is comfort food for me, in big part because it carries memories with it. For you, it might just be something as simple as making sandwich night seem a little less like sandwich night and just a little more special. Quick, easy, not a lot of cleanup, 1 pan and some utensils. And you know, this tastes so good. This is like, well, not to beat a dead horse, this is comfort food. So next sandwich night, I hope you try this, and I hope you like it. And I hope to see you again tomorrow on Debbie's Back Porch.